Kenzie Benali here. I hope you're doing okay and staying safe and happy during the lockdown. Well, we're back for another episode of Saints at Home, coming to you from our homes to yours. And we've got some fantastic guests lined up on the show this evening. But before then, if you'd like to, you can check out more about our Saints as One campaign that you may have seen some stuff about on our social media. And you can head to southamptonfc.com to find out more about that. But for now, let's get the show started. Our guest this evening, a men's first team player, Carl Walker-Peters, head of Saints Foundation, Greg Baker, women's first team player, Kelly Snook, and club ambassador, and my dad, Franny Benali. Guys, hello. How are you all doing? How are you finding lockdown?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey guys, you all right?
Not finding it too bad, actually. Finding new things to do.
Good stuff. Good to hear you keeping busy. Kelly, how are you doing? How are you finding things?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm trying to keep a routine so I don't get too bored, but it's not bad.
Greg, how are you coping?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I guess it's just the new normal, isn't it, really? And we've been so busy that actually it's probably busier than normal. So, you know, just trying to get a better work-life balance, really, is probably the main challenge.
Dad, I know you've been keeping busy as normal. You got ants in your pants. How have you been finding lockdown?
It was really bizarre, I think, for all of us, wasn't it, right at the beginning? And I know it was really a surreal time, and there was a lot of concern and stuff, and quite naturally the health and safety of everybody's the priority. But in a quite strange way, I think that there's certain parts about it I think that I'm quite enjoying. It's just, I guess, given certainly me, I feel a little bit, and maybe everybody, a little bit of an opportunity to stand back and just reflect on life a little bit and how busy we've all been for so long. And I know that some sort of normal is going to return again at some point, but I think I'll probably certainly be a little bit different. You know, I've always been grateful for things in life and appreciated stuff, but I certainly think I'll be a little bit different when we all come through this together. So yeah, it's been quite an adjustment, but certainly not been sat doing nothing. Got a few things lined up as we may touch on today, but certainly been getting through a lot of drawers and a lot of cupboards, and we've got a tidy garden now. So yeah, Karen, Mum's given me a massive list of jobs to get done. So yeah, all's been good.
Yeah,
I love the way that he says he's been relaxing and then he's going to run a marathon in his garden. That's not what I call relaxing.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing, Greg. I mean, you know, he was like, oh, well, it's just a marathon. I was like, just a marathon? I was like, are you crazy? Like, it is such a huge feat. Dad, kind of on that, for anybody that doesn't know, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, I guess in some ways it was maybe inevitable. Maybe you guys that know me, that, with this lockdown, the mind would start whirling a little bit more. And Greg and Saints Foundation, the team there, have been absolutely incredible. I picked up the phone to Greg last week, I think it was, mate, wasn't it? And
about this time last week, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's right, yeah. And it was just saying, how can I do something to help Saints Foundation and obviously NHS charities together, it turns out to be. We're going to split the fundraising between the two. But I just thought with this 2.6 challenge and London Marathon being cancelled on Sunday, Southampton Marathon's been cancelled with countless other charity events. I just thought, well, why not? Let's run a marathon in the garden. But
why not? Hey, why not?
It's one of those normal things you do, Yeah.
As you do. You really are bonkers. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So Dad, obviously you've been kind of out for a few runs to sort of get prepared for that. But Kelly and Carl, from your point of view as players, it must be really difficult for you to kind of stay on your toes, keep fit, and stay prepared for when football does return.
No, yeah, it has been tough. To be honest, because normally, everything's organised for us. So, we go to training and the sessions put on for us, and we don't really have to think too much. Whereas now, I think the first week I was like, well, what do I actually do? Where do I run? But since I've come back to my house in Cheshunt, I've you know, I've actually surprised myself a bit at how independent I can be, and waking up every morning to go for a run, you know, to do my gym. So yeah, it has been tough, but after a while, I think I just got used to it and got on with it.
Yeah, because I suppose there's that element, Kelly, as Carl touched on, of the motivational side of things, I suppose, because normally you'd go into training and as Carl said, you're being told what to do, but actually, even though I imagine you still have a schedule and things you have to do, you know, you're the one having to get yourself up and get that done.
Yeah, it's hard to stay motivated sometimes, but you know, that's why I try and have a routine like Carl does. I get up, I go and run. I'm trying to be a little bit more creative on how I do my sort of strength or gym-based sessions, because I just don't have the equipment like we do at training and stuff. But it's not going too bad.
And Kelly, it has been a bit of a difficult year for you because you did rupture your ACL in August of last year. How's the rehab going with that?
The rehab's going really well. A bit frustrating because this whole situation came at the wrong time. I was sort of just starting back into training and was maybe hoping I'd get a game at the end of the season, but obviously that's not happening. But on the plus side, I have longer to recover, get stronger, so when we do start again, you know, I'll be ready to go.
Exactly, it's all about looking at the positives. And how are you finding keeping in touch with the teammates, guys? Are you still kind of over on the WhatsApp or you know, social media? Are you staying in contact?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, there's a group chat. So what the staff did really well was they broke the group chat up into small little groups. So small little groups where everyone in that group does the same sort of gym, same running, etc. And you know, I think it's made it easier to keep in contact with people because the group's smaller, you're more likely to want to talk in it. So yeah, I've been keeping in touch with a few over Snapchat, over WhatsApp and Instagram. And I've been seeing Nathan Redmond's videos, his TikTok videos on Instagram, which are funny, so I always reply to those.
Well, that kind of brings me nicely on to my next question, actually, because I did want to talk to you guys about TikTok. Dad, I'm not even sure if you know what TikTok is, but we're about to enlighten you. Nothing to do with your watch, I'm afraid. Yeah, we've been seeing a few TikToks from some of the players, both on the men's team and the women's team. Kelly, have you got stuck into any of those?
Yeah, we've. I think it's been a great way for us as a team to sort of do a bit of team bonding, even though we're all separated. Making these TikTok videos and putting them together, I think it's been quite fun, really.
Carl, you were involved in one of the first TikToks the club put out.
Yeah.
So is that something that's keeping you entertained during lockdown?
Yeah, it is. I actually haven't even got an account. I just, you know, scroll through and look at the funny videos because they're actually they're very creative, and they're harder than a lot of people think.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm the same as you. I haven't made one myself off an account, but you know, you could spend hours literally scrolling through. Yeah. But yeah, Dad, that's a one for another day. We need a different Zoom chat to explain all of this to you. Greg, have you got any experience in TikTok?
I have absolutely no experience, and I don't plan to have any experience either, to be fair. I did watch Nathan Redmond's one. It is funny, and there's a load of that I have watched which are really good. But yeah, it's not for me, I don't think.
I did look at you both when I mentioned TikTok, Dad and Greg, and you both sort of stared blankly back at me.
Yeah.
But you never know. Maybe in the coming weeks, after you've finished your marathon, Dad, you might get bored and fancy trying something new.
I struggle enough with Twitter and Instagram, Kenzie, you know that. So adding another one to the list will just completely mess me up, I think.
Now, Dad, we spoke with Beats last week on our Saints at Home episode, and he said that he bumped into you and Mum on one of your walks. You've been going on really long walks to keep busy every day.
Yeah.
Have you been enjoying that every day?
Yeah, we have. I guess, you know, a little bit like the guys have been saying, that, you know, it's finding that new routine, that new normal, isn't it? And part of Mum and I's routine is to get up, maybe do a little HIIT session in the morning, then head out for a walk. And yeah, we were actually taking a little bit of a long walk and wandered past Beats' house, and we sort of glanced across, and they were sat in the living room, and it was quite amusing when Beats came to the window. I did did see he mentioned it in the last Saints at Home video, but what he never mentioned was that he was in quite a tight onesie when he came to the window.
Wow.
So yeah, but Beats has got the physique to carry it off, I guess, hasn't he? You know, so he still looked good regardless of what he's wearing.
Yeah, he definitely failed to mention that one.
Yeah, no, it was good to see him. Nice to have a little chat. Obviously, social distance and allowing. He was sat in his living room, and we were stood out on the pavement. So yeah, it broke up the walk a little bit, which was cool.
Good to always bump into teammates. I'm guessing you didn't have a WhatsApp group chat back in your playing days, Dad.
Oh, well, we didn't even have a mobile phone, Ken. You know, it was mad, wasn't it? You know, it was a completely different world, pre sort of internet and World Wide Web. So yeah, very different world back then. And
pen pals, Franny.
What, sorry, Greg?
Pen pals, yeah.
Pen pals, yeah, exactly, yeah. Or walkie talkies, weren't it? Sort of all, you know, 1414 for a copy, that sort of stuff. Yeah, old school.
Definitely no TikToks flying around then.
No, certainly not.
Greg, let's chat to you a bit about what you've been up to then. You said you've been busier than ever before. Let's talk a bit about the Fair Share scheme and how Saints Foundation have been involved with that.
Yeah, so I mean, as I say, we've been keeping really busy, so it's very different to what we normally do. But right back at the start of all this happening, so 5-6 weeks ago, we were talking to the club about how we could really support what's going on in the local community, and it became clear from talking to people like the City Council and to other charities that actually food was becoming much more of an issue for people in terms of access to good quality, healthy, nutritious food. So, you know, obviously St Mary's has an amazing kitchen and got a fantastic group of chefs who have been absolutely incredible throughout this whole process in terms of, speaking to Zoltan, who's the head chef, he was just, we'll be bored. If we don't go into work, we're going to be bored on a day-by-day basis. So, so basically they're cooking up 1,000 meals a week, really good quality ingredients, good quality food, which we then get distributed to Fair Share. Fair Share is a charity which sends out food to needy people, vulnerable people right across the local area. So to go to charities, to churches, to youth groups, to older people's lunch clubs, etc. And then we've had a number of people from Saints Foundation and from Southampton Football Club going along to volunteer at Fair Share. So I think we're doing 28 volunteering sessions of 4 hours a week. So I've been down there a few times, loads of colleagues from across the club. And then we've also had James Beattie. We've had Nicky Banger, Mark Blake, Brian Howard, a few other lads from the club, Ruben Agbula as well, Andy Cook, I think, as well. So it's been a real team effort, and it's been something that the feedback that we've got so far from people has been incredible, and I think it's a great thing for the football club to be involved in.
As you mentioned, so many people coming together, doing their bit for the local community and Saints Foundation. Dad's obviously doing this marathon in his garden on Sunday, which, you know, just blows my mind. He never fails to amaze me. Although I wasn't entirely surprised when I got a phone call saying, "Oh, Ken, so what do you think about me running a marathon in the garden?" How can other people get involved, Greg?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't surprised either when Franny called me up and said that that's what he wanted to do, and so it was probably the one person that you get that phone call from, and you think, yeah, okay, that sounds pretty normal. So there's something called the 2.6 challenge going on this weekend. So it was the weekend of the London Marathon this week, and obviously that normally raises a huge amount of money for charity. I think £89 million last year. So the guys from the London Marathon have come up with an idea about basically replacing that with a series of challenges that go on around the country. So you can fundraise for any charity, any charity you want to, obviously targeted towards those that are supporting the coronavirus pandemic. But we're getting involved. So there's lots of staff that are getting involved with doing things. And the idea is that ultimately you do something that is either 2.6 or 2016. So it could be that you do 26 pickups in a garden. It could be that you run 26 miles, anything in between really. So we're encouraging people to do it for us if they want to, but equally it's just a great thing to do for any charity that they want to support either locally or nationally.
And Dad, most people tend to obviously train for a marathon for months and months. You literally decided you wanted to do this a little over a week ago. So how are you feeling about running the marathon, and how's the exercising for it been?
It's very different to the previous challenges we've done in recent years, Kenz. As you know, we've come up with a concept, we've planned it. There's been a big support team around that. You, as my family, have backed it. So it's very different. I've had months and months of preparation and training, which is very different to this challenge on Sunday. And I've had a bit of a setback actually. I went out, I've never even contemplated practicing doing laps around the garden actually. So the furthest I'd run on a training run in recent times has been 6.2 miles. So it's nowhere near prep for a marathon of any kind, but I went out last night and did some laps around the garden and felt really, really dizzy. And as a result, I was really rough afterwards. So we've had to have a little rethink, a little change of tact. I'm still going to be running a marathon in the garden, but this time I'm going to be on a treadmill that we've managed to source. So, again, couldn't tell you the last time I was on a treadmill. So it's been on there for 4 to 5 hours, however long it's going to take is going to be quite a challenge still. So I hope people will follow it, join in, support, donate, and as Greg just mentioned, do their own maybe challenge to support the 2.6 thing as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
It certainly is. And yeah, we all know how amazing the work the Saints Foundation does in our community is. So hopefully everyone will get behind that and support you. So you're keeping busy running laps of the garden and doing crazy things and now doing this run on a treadmill. But we know that, Carl, you've started up a Twitch account. How's that going? And talk to us about your FIFA skills.
My FIFA skills aren't great. But yeah, again, like I said, I wanted to try do some new things whilst I can't actually play football. And I enjoy playing PlayStation. So yeah, one of those things was to start up a Twitch account and just stream what I'm playing really. And it gives a lot of the fans an opportunity to tune in and be able to ask me questions. I'm still trying to get the hang of actually playing and answering questions at the same time.
That must be tough.
It is tough. It is tough. I think you see a lot of people that stream and you see them doing it, and it almost looks easy. But yesterday I actually realized it's really tough.
Can people play you, Carl? Can people play you on this show? Just a stream thing?
People can play me at the same time, and then people will be able to watch it on the Twitch website.
Oh, awesome. There's going to be thousands of people now when this goes out. They're going to be like wanting to take you on now.
No, yeah, I've had loads of messages in my Instagram account of people asking to play me. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's a good way to connect with the fans, I think. And for me, it's learning something new, and doing something a bit different for once.
I think Dad's brain is on overload now. He's just about got his head around TikTok. Now we've mentioned Twitch and he's like, oh my goodness, I've got all these things going on. He'll be your next opponent, I think, by the sound of things, Carl. Kelly, what about yourself? Have you picked up any new hobbies during lockdown?
I started to play the guitar. Not very well. But,
come on, Kelly, get it out. Get the guitar out.
It's not coming out. I've tried, but it's so hard. It is so hard, but I'm keeping at it.
So have you literally got no experience with playing the guitar at all?
No, none whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, just trying to
get some tips from Danny, because we had Danny Ings on the show last week, and it seems like he's pretty gifted in that area. So maybe you could look to him for some tips.
Yeah, maybe.
Shane Long as well, guys, isn't he? Seeing videos of Shane singing and playing the guitar, incredible. So yeah, you'll be the next star, Kelly.
Oh God.
Yeah, quite musically gifted, really, the Southampton lot.
Well, Carl's already been playing a few tunes before he came on air, hasn't he?
And actually, Danny said as well that he tried his hand at cooking. Dad, again, I can only speak for you. I know that cooking is really not your bag. Greg, how are you in the kitchen?
I can use a microwave pretty much. I give it a go occasionally, but very occasionally. So I'd be lying if I said that I was a dab hand, but probably practiced a little bit more in the last few weeks. When you're not eating at work and all that kind of stuff. But no, it's not my forte for sure.
Carl, what about you?
Ken, so I had a little question maybe for Carl and Kelly. Guys, with obviously sort of speaking about your training regimes and things, knowing what I'm like as a picker and a snacker for food, now that we're under lockdown, how are you guys finding the whole nutrition side of things? Are you still eating the things that you should be, or are you snackers, or got a sweet tooth? What's your dietary things looking like day to day at the moment?
Well, I'd say I try and eat quite healthy, but sometimes it's hard not to just snack. I mean, you do get bored in the day, and the first thing I certainly think of is, oh, just have some food, because I use a lot of energy, but you know, it can be a bit hard to stay healthy, I guess.
No, yeah, I'm the same on that one. I love sweets, but yeah, I think what I've done well is I've ate less because I'm not training. I know I can't afford to just have snacks, and I love a scrambled egg on toast. Like normally on a training day, I'll probably have it 3 times a day, which is
really,
like at home, after training, before training. I just love it as a snack. So yeah, I've had to cut down on the eggs.
And eggs are hard to come by at the moment as well.
Yeah, very hard. Very hard.
The car's taking a hit here. Just having the toast at the moment. I've got to say, I found that the same. When the boredom strikes, you sort of just think, oh, the fridge is just there. But I've got to say, Dad is the worst. When I used to live at home, I used to do like some PT sessions, kind of early morning. And I can't tell you how many times, he's going to deny this, but there was a number of occasions where, let's say I was working out at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I kid you not, I'd be in the kitchen, he'd walk through and get a slice of cake. And I'm like, right, 2 things. Why are you eating cake at this time of the morning? And secondly, I'm trying to work out and you're like wafting cake around the kitchen. It's just cruel.
Were these one of your cakes, Kens?
Exactly.
It would have been.
Yeah. You've been doing quite a few, haven't you, recently?
Yeah, see, that's the other trouble. I've kind of taken to baking a lot kind of during this time. Now we've got a lot of time on our hands, and I thought it would be a nice thing to do, not just for myself, but drop some cake off to the neighbours and things on the doorsteps. But of course it doesn't always work out that you share all of it. You end up eating quite a significant amount yourself. So similar to what you just said, Carl, I kind of echo that, and I'm having to kind of cut back a bit and make sure I'm getting out on my daily run as well. But yeah, guys, a little game really before we wrap up. We've kind of been doing different things, but I guess the thing I wanted to ask you guys is, what are the 3 things that you are most excited to do when this lockdown gets lifted? I know that there's probably 1,000,001 things we all want to do, but Kelly, you can kick us off if you would.
I probably would like a little weekend away, maybe go to a beach somewhere and surf, because I feel like I've been stuck at home for so long. I'd probably go out.
You want to surf? Is that what you said?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And then I'd go probably to like somewhere nice to go and eat some food, just have a nice evening, and obviously play a game of football, because it's just been so long for me, especially being injured. But yeah,
of course. Oh yeah, you'll be back playing before you know it, Kelly, I'm sure. Yeah. Greg, what about yourself? What are you excited about most?
Well, I think first and foremost, just a bit of normality. Actually, you realise how much you miss just sort of going into the office every day. It's you go a bit stir crazy, working in the same place that you sleep and you eat and everything. So certainly that, and then a holiday as well. Go away somewhere, after everything calms down a bit. Although probably not in the first few months, because I think it's just going to be absolutely packed and expensive as well. And then also a very, very, very different level to the guys that are here playing football as well. Wednesday night football, I miss just having a run around with mates and everything. But obviously, very, very, very different standard, but it all counts. So,
it all counts, Greg.
Yeah.
It all counts.
Yeah. So that really.
Dad, please don't say another challenge. What are you planning when the lockdown gets lifted?
I guess like all of us, I just can't wait to get back to football, watching games, getting back to St Mary's, seeing the teams, the men and the women, get back underway again. It's going to be great. Some sort of normality around that again. A little bit cheesy, but I'd love to sort of sit down, us as a family. We're doing nightly quizzes, aren't we, to get a bit of interaction, all of us as a family, on Zoom, FaceTime, whatever it is we're trying to use. So just sitting down as a family and having a meal together is going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. And obviously maybe giving Karen, my wife, a hug, because she's managed to somehow try and convince me that we need to social distance and keep things apart, even in the same household. So maybe just a nice hug with my wife would be good.
Yeah, I think Mum might be having you on there. Carl, what about yourself?
I'd like to get back to football, to be honest. It feels like I haven't played football in ages. So yeah, first of all, football. And then when we do get a break, I'd love to go on holiday with my mates. You know, I think everyone that plays football had holidays planned. You know, it was coming towards the end of the season. You know, you start talking to your mates about where you're gonna go and stuff like that. So yeah, and then finally, I'd love to see my niece. She turned 3 a couple of days ago. And you know, I had to FaceTime her or FaceTime my sister, and you know, and sing happy birthday to her. But you know, I'd love to go and see her.
Uncle Carl, she'll be taking you on Twitch before you know it.
She will be. She will be soon. She's cheeky. She's clever. So yeah, she will be soon.
Oh, well, that would be so lovely, you know, when we can finally reunite with our families and, as you say, get back to football, you know, take holidays, and we certainly will appreciate those wonderful things much, much more, I'm sure. But I've got to say, I'm kind of surprised that not one of you said that one of the first things you're going to head to is the barbers or the hairdressers, because I feel like that is very high for a lot of people's list.
My hair's grown out.
Yeah, I was checking out clippers on eBay this morning, so I think that time is coming fairly soon. But
You've already cut Lewis's hair, Kenz. I've seen that.
I have, yeah. I've attempted cutting my other half's hair. It went down okay, to be fair, and he did actually mention that I may need to cut it again soon. But I just watched a load of YouTube tutorials. But Greg, are you saying that you're going to take on the clippers yourself then?
I don't know. I mean, but possibly. I need to get some, because at the moment I've only got like disposable razors. So I was thinking about doing that the other night.
Don't do it.
That would be,
don't do it.
So
we just used a beard trimmer in the end.
Well, yeah, no, you could do. I don't know yet. I need to be braver. So it depends how long it goes on for.
I'm worried
to do something, because it's starting to kind of go a bit crazy.
Fluffy, so, Greg, mine too as well. Look at this; it's getting long. You know.
Yeah.
I'm worried that if I did a little DIY job, though, guys, that I'd look like Jim Carrey off Dumb and Dumber. You know,
yeah.
I think the next time we speak to one of you guys, you'll have like caps on, won't you? And we'll just know.
I was actually going to wear a hat. I was going to wear a hat. I thought,
that looks good, Carl. I like it.
Nah, it's too long. Too long.
So you're not going to attempt a DIY cut?
No chance. No chance.
Oh, well, guys, it's been so good to talk to you, and really happy to see that you're doing okay and staying busy during the lockdown. Before we let you go, though, we've kind of been asking our guests to wrap up by just saying a few words on our amazing NHS and key workers. So, Dad, maybe you want to kick us off.
Yeah, it's probably echoing what everybody's already said, Kenz, to be honest. The incredible work that all those key workers, everyone in the NHS that are on the front line of fighting this virus and keeping every single one of us safe and healthy is absolutely incredible. So, you know, that's why we're doing this bit of fundraising at the weekend, not just for Saints Foundation, but also for NHS charities together. Let's give them all our support, do what we need to do, and hopefully we can all get back and be doing this face-to-face rather than over technology, not too far in the distant future.
Kelly?
Yeah, just on from that, they are risking their lives to protect us and save our lives in a sense. So, you know, we can't thank them enough for what they're doing for our whole population.
Carl, anything you want to add to those thoughts?
Just like everyone said so far, you know, it's important everyone sticks to the guidelines we've been given, really, to protect each other, and most importantly, you know, protect the people that are really on the front line trying to fight this virus, because, you know, unfortunately a lot of those people are getting sick because of it. So, you know, let's not take them for granted. Let's be appreciative and just stick to the rules and stay inside, and you know, keep the distance if you're out, etc. But yeah, just following the guidelines.
Absolutely. And Greg, I know it's a tough job to go last, but what would you like to
Yeah, no, I mean, just to reiterate, but I think it's also just worth saying that they do an amazing job at all times, you know, not just now.
Exactly.
But, and also, hopefully, there's some really good things that come out the back of this. Obviously, we're all going through a massive struggle at the moment, but in terms of that appreciation of what the NHS do, let's hope that is still there in 5 years' time when this is a long distant memory, because actually these guys are doing incredible jobs, putting their lives at risk every single day, working incredibly hard. And actually, I think it will be easy to forget after, you know, 2 weeks after we're back to normal. But let's just hope that the positive legacy out the back of what's happening at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, they really are fantastic. And like you say, I think we will be grateful for a long time to come for the work that they are doing now, but as you mentioned, have always done. But guys, stay safe, stay happy, healthy, and yeah, really, really looking forward to seeing you guys again soon. But in the meantime, take care, and thanks so much for joining us on Saints at Home.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Take care.